Hey everyone, it's been a little too long since I've made a video to check in, so I thought, what a better time than now. I hope that everybody is staying safe out there. I know that while it feels like COVID is slowing down a little bit, it's still in motion, and I hope everybody's able to stay safe, being at home and keep their families protected and are staying a bit sane as well. So I feel the world starting to open up around us, and it feels a little scary, but a little hopeful. So we'll see what comes out the other end of this for all of us, right? I can't really remember what I left off with you guys last time I spoke, but of course, it's like I feel like nothing, like, oh, after the last time I talked, I think, like, what else is there to talk about? Like, I'm sure there's, I don't really know. Like, we'll see. And sure enough, like, I feel like by the time I come and make a video, there's quite a few updates. I feel good for the most part. I am in my second week of chemo. So I'm taking Xeloda right now, and it is a pill form. So I go on 2 weeks, off 1 week, and the second week of my on week, I start to notice some side effects. So I am feeling those a little bit, but otherwise, for the most part, like, we're doing pretty good, you guys. Kirk is still not working, which in some ways is good for me because it's the extra hand at home, and with the girls, I don't think I could. No, I know I couldn't manage by myself without some help with all the things that I'm doing on the side to beat this freaking colon cancer shit. So I'm thankful he's here for now. I imagine he'll go back soon. And so we're all just kind of functioning in this house and just putting one foot in front of the other and one day at a time, because that's really all we can do. So Xeloda is going okay. I think it's working. I hope it's working. Oh gosh, let me cut it on the ums. All right, let me catch this thing from the very beginning. So I'm getting hand-foot syndrome, pretty bad. So the last treatment, it was very bad. And I think it was because, you guys, I was feeling pretty good from the radiation. So I was like, okay, I feel like this should be a good idea to let Parker see me walking more and maybe getting a little bit further each day. So as a family, we would walk. Well, one day we took a longer walk and I thought, oh, well, I don't need socks on. Big mistake. Because I think by the next 2 days with the chemo and the not wearing socks, it's like I almost caused like trauma to my feet. And so I think the chemo on top of it just made my feet flare up. You guys, I couldn't like walk barely like for 3 days. Like I couldn't walk very well. And it was like if I catch a threshold on the floor, or if I step on one of the kids' toys, like I'm out, like down to the ground. So I thought, well, maybe I'll be better on my feet this time, so, and pay more attention. So I tried to pay more attention and was conscious about walking and what I was doing and not doing too much this round of chemo, and it seems to have helped. What I'm noticing is making a big difference on my feet this round is I have to sit a lot more and with my feet up. If I sit in a chair, my knees are bent. The blood rushing to my feet on top of the hand-foot syndrome is pretty, I can feel it intensifying with each moment. So what it is, you guys, is I almost lose my fingerprints. So my feet, my hands and toes swell up so much that you lose like your prints. So they just look nice and puffy. I don't know if you can see. But also something I noticed from the 5FU, the bag of chemo that I was on, and the Xeloda, is they darken my skin a little bit. So you can see, like, when I flip my hands over, like how much darkness is in between my creases. Like if you looked at the bottom of your hands right now and you have healthy hands, you would see a difference for sure, like especially if we had them side by side. So yeah, other than that though, you know, again with my feet, so other than my feet, my hands are okay. My feet, again, are just taking a beating. So this week I'm trying to keep them up a little bit more, not walk too much with the girls, but it feels nearly impossible. And I'm just trying certain creams, like certain socks hurt my feet, and going to bed at night. If I have socks on, the temperature flares them up. So anyways, I'm just managing. It's getting a little intense, a little bit more intense each time. So I am just trying to manage that. And so another thing, my doctor wanted to put me on Avastin, which I thought it was an immune therapy, a type of immune therapy. And while I think it is, it's also not. And you guys, from a medical standpoint, I realize that I don't make any sense. And that, through this process, I'm learning to trust my instincts and trust my gut. And so this was the first time that I have gone against my doctor's wishes. She wanted to put me on Avastin, and I remembered that early on, they couldn't put me on an immune therapy from the beginning because it inhibited healing. So my port, when I had it put in the very beginning, they were like, we can't put you on it because we need your port to heal. So it was about a month before I got on Erbitux. And, oh, there it is again. And chemo brain. Ugh, it's so bad still. So I knew that it can inhibit healings, so on, like wounds, cuts, sores, those sort of things. And I explained that to my doctor, and she said that, next to radiation and healing and stuff like that, immune therapy doesn't seem to interfere, but I just wanted to heal from something, you guys. I just wanted to heal from one thing before I started something new. I think last time I had talked about maybe starting a trial, and I kind of turned that down because it just didn't feel right to be starting something new during the heightened time of COVID. Like again, everything was so heightened, and I was just still coming off of radiation and feeling overwhelmed. And I just said to my doctor, like, I need to wait. I need to wait. And so while she strongly disagreed and explained that I have an aggressive cancer and we just don't want it to spread, I still felt like taking the risk, and because I just felt so good and I wanted to continue to feel good and hoped that that would be enough. So I turned on the Avastin and never said that I wouldn't go back on it. And you guys, I may be crazy in thinking this, but I am comparing this to my births, both my births. I had 2 children without drugs, and 1 in the hospital and 1 at home. And again, call me crazy. Like, I can't really explain all the reasons and have them make sense on why I wanted to be at home and have 2 drugs unmedicated, because I realize at the end of the day, like, I don't bring home a trophy, saying that, congratulations, you had an unmedicated birth and made it harder on yourself. But again, I was just pulled to do it and trusted my instincts, and never said that we wouldn't go to a hospital if we needed to, or wouldn't take the drugs if I needed to, because I knew that they were there and they have purpose and they help in so many ways. And so I'm kind of comparing it to the same thing in this situation. Now, completely different situations, I realize that. And so I'm not saying that I won't go on the Avastin. I'm just saying if I can keep my numbers at bay or keep them maintained and feel good for a while, like, I just wanted to stay in that space. So in that time, I've been getting my bloods every week. My doctors wanted to watch me. I had a blood transfusion, and I welcome those because it gives me so much energy. So I feel great from that. Another time, I knew that I needed to go into the doctor's office. I was like, I feel like my immune system is low, or my, the wind just shut the door, sorry. Scared the shit out of me. And made me lose my train of thought. Blood transfusion. So yeah, I had a blood transfusion. I knew something wasn't right. I thought maybe I needed fluids. Well, come to find out, my blood was really low. So of course my doctors and nurses were like, thank you for coming in. Like, that was great. I'm glad you trusted your instincts on that. So I felt really good about trusting my gut. Well, I went in this last time. Oh, then the next week, bloods had looked good from the transfusion, and my liver enzymes, you guys, like, I was looking at my blood work, And I am normal in so many categories, especially my liver enzymes. And let's not forget, I had a tumor that's at 22 by 21 centimeters on my liver, and my liver enzymes were through the roof when I first started this. And now they're marking normal. And that alone was such I don't know, an accomplishment. Like I go, you guys, my liver enzymes are normal. And they go, we know, isn't that great? And I'm like, it's amazing. Like I haven't been normal in like 2 years, a year with cancer. And then I was pregnant before that. So I was pretty excited about that. Well, this last week I went in, and you guys know that I'm all working with a holistic team as well with QSHE Wellness, Pete and Alice. I've referenced them before. And so I really consult with them at the same time of consulting with my doctor. And Pete had said to me, don't be surprised if your numbers spike, because your body's doing a lot through radiation, and we're watching this, and watching that. And I said, okay, well, didn't matter what he said, because I went in this past week and my CEA, my tumor marker, went up. So it was at 94, 95. Guys, it was at 58,000, and we've been able to bring it down for the last year to 95. So it's huge. So I've seen high numbers. My body has seen high numbers, and it went up to 143. So the fear is what if the cancer is growing? What if the cancer is spreading? And it could be. But there is a world that what if my body is just working really hard to remove this tumor from radiation and, caused my CEA to go up. It could be a number of reasons why I had a CEA flare-up. So I went into a tailspin. I mean, because at that point, my nurse explained to me that my doctor wants to put me on the Avastin because it looks like it could be spreading. And I just felt defeated. I felt like I walked in there because I haven't been out. I don't get to go to the grocery store anymore. I can't really go on too many walks because I don't want to bust up my feet. And so I don't really get out very much, you guys. And so going to see my nurses in the chemo room is exciting to me, and I love all of them and care about them. So it's kind of like the closest thing I get to a one-on-one catch-up with a mask and in a room where other people are fighting for their lives as well. So I get there and I'm excited to see everybody, and then quickly I find out that my CEA has gone up and the cancer could be spreading. And I just, like you said, like I went into a tailspin. I just started crying because I quickly remembered why I'm there and couldn't get myself out of it. My nurses, like nobody could hug me because you can't during COVID. Nobody could come with me, so I couldn't get hugs from family because no one's allowed in. And again, we don't have too much help right now with everything going on in the world. So maybe I felt lonely in that moment and defeated and scared, and just there's a list of things. And so finally by the end, I was like, okay. And my nurse was like, you don't have to decide anything now. We have until next week, and why don't you process this and we'll go from there. And so I got my car and lost it, you guys. Lost it. I couldn't get it together. And then all of a sudden I hear tap, tap, tap. My nurse comes up to my car and she's like, you forgot your water bottle. And I was like, crying. I was like, I just can't get it together, Jane. And she's like, I know, I'm sorry. You're gonna be okay. And I was like, I know. And she's like, this sucks. And I'm like, I know. And so I sat there for a minute longer and felt sorry for myself and just cried it out, felt the feels. And you guys, since then I just had been looking for signs that I needed to trust my gut and that I'm doing the right thing. And still, whether or not that's go on Avastin or not, I'm still on chemo, and maybe we look for a clinical trial, and just again navigating and figuring it all out. Well, from there, I just needed signs, and you guys, we are very holistic in our house and very positive and spiritual in the sense of, trusting the universe and your higher powers and putting out exactly what you need and hopefully getting back what that is. And so Kirk kind of looked at me that night and he goes, because I'm trying to figure it all out in my mind. And he goes, I think you just need to give it up. I think you just need to give it up to God, to the universe, to whoever you're talking to up there, and tell them specifically what it is you need, and ask for, a clearer path, and to, some guidance on which way to go, and ask if what you're doing is right, and you'll get the signs. And we did. We got some good signs around the house. And of course, me, like every good thing, I'm like, it's sunny today. That's a good sign. I'll look for signs in anything. But I think what was the good one was, it was explained to me from Kyushi Wellness that, maybe my CEA had a flare up because I'm maybe disposing of this tumor or breaking this tumor down in my sacrum that we busted up through radiation. And he goes, maybe you're busting through it much faster than expected, and your body's just trying to break it down and get rid of it and process it as quick as it can, and maybe that's just your body can't keep up. It's just one option and one idea, and while that makes complete sense, I was like, okay, yeah, but how do you know? And I'm just struggling because I just wish at that moment that somebody could tell me exactly what to do and how to do it, and that it would save my life. And I think that's the hardest part, is that nobody can tell me what the right thing is to do for me, and everybody's different, and they can suggest and they can recommend, and again, at the end of the day, I'm the only one that can decide, or will know, or we'll find out later. And so again, I think what I was exhausted from as well, and I kept saying this, was I'm just so tired of making life-changing decisions. And ultimately, these life-changing decisions don't just affect me, they affect my family as well, and the people I love. So, so the tumor and radiation and signs and trusting your gut and everything else. And so looking for signs and everything, and just needing some good news. So I spoke to my radiologist the other day on Friday for the first time in 6 weeks after I was finished. So it's been about 2 months since I started radiation and went through that whole situation, and it's been 6 weeks since my last day. And so we spoke, we did a telemed, and we spoke, and he's like, how you doing? I was like, pretty good. I've been off my pain meds at that point for 3 days, and so I've been off of it for 5 days from the radiation pains and discomfort. And he's like, okay. And he's like, okay, great. And I go, yeah. I go, I have pain, but I welcome it more because it's a different sensation. Like, I can still feel myself healing from the radiation because of the pressure I have in my sacrum and bottom. And it is a little painful if I sit a certain way or lean on it backwards or have my feet up and I'm sitting on my tailbone. But again, it's just like, oh, I can't sit like that yet. Like, oh, it's still healing pain. And so I'm like, I kind of welcome it because I feel like I'm no longer numb. Oh my gosh, you scared me too with your little head peeking around the corner. Hi, I got the jumpsies. Hi, Mama. I'm making a video. Do you want to say hi? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys, because the whole house is waking up. So radiation, he goes, okay, so you're not in pain and you are not, your numbing is getting less and less. And I said, yeah, like I'm almost not numb. I notice a little numbing, tingling in places, but nothing really serious. A whiny 4-year-old is creeping in. And I said, yeah, so... I know, Mama. Why don't you come over here and say hi? So, look at this little face. Can you say hi?
Hi. Who is it?
Oh, who is it? Well, it's like 1,200 people that watch our videos. 1,200 friends and family. So, radiation results. So, they...
Can you give me a snack, please?
Oh, can I get you a snack? Guys, welcome to our lives right now. Isn't that all you ask for? Is food? That's all you ask for. Do you want an apple? Did you have a bar yet today?
No.
Okay, you can go get one. Go get one of the pink ones.
The pink one?
Yeah. Okay, so radiation. So he's like, your pain's, wow, you're off your pain medication. Okay, the numbing, wow, okay, that seems to be less. Great. I mean, that's all signs that it's shrinking and reducing. I said, yeah. And he goes, okay, can I see you walk around? And I said, okay. So I got up and walked around. And he goes, wow. He goes, I never imagined that you would be doing this well. Yep, one of those. I never imagined that you would be doing this well 6 weeks after radiation.
Chocolate bar.
It's not a chocolate bar.
So
These
what
are
is
good.
it?
Made good. Are you out there? These are good bars. We like them. Low sugar. Huh, Mama?
Yeah. They have chocolate chips in them.
No. Raisins. Okay, go eat it.
Please.
And then Mama's gonna go finish up all you want to eat on camera. So yeah, he was like, I never imagined that you would be doing as well as you are 6 weeks out. And he goes, I still imagined you were still on most of your pain prescriptions. And I said, no, yeah. And he's just like, wow. He's like, my job here's done. He goes, I'm going to turn you back over to Dr. Frakes, my oncologist. And, you know, he's like, if you experience any more pain, then we'll revisit it. And I said, well, what if that happens? And I was like, is there a world where it doesn't go away and it comes back? And he's like, yeah. He's like, if it were to come back, I know.
Watch a movie.
You just got all of it in 2 minutes. Not right now. Can I finish this?
If this and when I go to Nine, he said, maybe when you're not very good.
Maybe when you're not very good, you can watch a show. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to check with him, and Mama's gonna finish this. Okay?
You're a boss.
I'm the boss. Thanks. We've trained them well. Okay, so he said, you're doing so well. So at that moment, he was saying that if it comes back in a week, in a few months, they can't do radiation in that same spot. Because basically, radiation is like having surgery without the knife. So my body just will not be healed. But if it pops up, he said, if a tumor pops up in your shoulder, which let's hope it doesn't, or anywhere else in your body, then we can possibly treat it with radiation then. So I didn't realize that that's how it worked. And, but I'm hopeful that we won't have to have that again. And yeah, so that was the sign I needed. Because I know that wrapper sound is really annoying in the background. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that was a sign I needed. I just needed to know. I needed something good. I needed good news. I just needed to know that maybe this is a CEA flare. Maybe it's not. And, you know, maybe we'll go 3 more weeks, or maybe we'll start the Avastin next week. I'm still in limbo. I still am just taking it one day at a time and trusting my gut, trusting my doctors, trusting the Tushy Wellness, and just, you know, my friends, my family. I'm just trying to trust it all and continue to educate myself and learn, because this isn't going away. Right now, I'm working really hard on it, but it's not going to go away overnight, I guess is what I meant to say. So, guys, right now I'm good. Every day is a new day, one step in front of the other, one day at a time, and really did I say this already? 1 foot in front of the other? I think I did. But if I didn't, I'm going to say it anyways. Guys, we're doing good. And it really is a lot of work to feel good, and patience, and determination, and stubbornness, and a lot of love. We have a lot of love around us and in our house, and we're so grateful for that. And with all that being said, I'm not sure if some of you, most of you know me, and some of us who follow us on social media, I've talked a little bit about it on here, but
I want to watch a movie.
Can I finish up? I'm almost done, okay? Can you be patient?
2 more minutes.
Okay, 2 more minutes. Basically, I've been working on a project called Love Beats All for a while now. And it's really my only way. What? You can. You want to say something at the end, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm almost done. Chew with your mouth closed. So it's the only way I can turn this, what can be dark and ugly experience.
This is what I just got for now with the microphone.
The microphone?
Yeah, the microphone.
Well, maybe one of these days you can sing on here for them. But until then, let me finish my thought. I just wanted to take this like dark and ugly experience and turn it into something really, really positive. And so
I like the whole world in this house.
yes. And this is the only way I know how. So it's kind of a project we've been working on. There's a team of us around us working on it. Follow us on social media if you want to see it unfold a little bit more closely. And as we get closer to launching, I
Love you.
will share bits and pieces as we go. And you know, my hope is you guys.
Mama.
Oh, I love you too. And that my. Okay, but my hope, you guys, is that, you know, this generation of fighters, survivors, and caregivers is that we can change the face of cancer. And I feel like we are. And my hope is that, you know, we, when you find out that you have cancer, your immediate response isn't, I'm going to die. I hope that somebody can go, okay, I can live a long and happy, healthy life, but I have to be willing to work for it, and we have to be able to talk about it and have uncomfortable conversations and share stories and spread love to make a difference. So, to be continued.
Baby's gonna say hi.
Your baby wants to say hi. I really thought this was going to be 20 minutes, and now it's 30, but with all of the distractions and interruptions, I'm sure you understand. Welcome to mom life, on top of cancer life, on top of COVID life. But we've got lots of love. We see you, we feel you, we thank you, and we love you. Can you say love you, Tom?
Love you,
Bye. Can you wave bye?
Bye.